Hi, this video is called How to Create a YouTube Channel for Business in 2021, and this is part 1, Planning Your Channel. Okay, so this video is the first part of a series of 2 videos. So the second video is all about setting up your YouTube channel, shooting the videos and getting them online. But before we start with that, we need to plan out our channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about how we plan our channel, what the channel is going to be about, who it's for, and then by the end of the video, we should have a list of videos that we can do that we're ready to start shooting. So let's get going. Okay, so before we get into the planning of the channel, I just wanted to sort of run through what the process is that we're going to do in setting up the channel and making all the videos, etc. So I'm making the assumption here that you've got some sort of product, you've got some sort of online service or something, or you know what the product is that you're going to be talking about in these videos online. So the first step in the process is that we're going to obviously set up the YouTube channel first of all. I'll cover that in the second video, and then as we go, we're going to create a whole load of videos that address a number of our customers' problems. So we start with what we call 10 trust videos, and the purpose of these videos is that we're trying to establish our authority with Google and YouTube. Okay, so Google and YouTube, they're all running on algorithms. It's really important that when we create our videos that we tag them and set them all up correctly. But the first 10 videos, it's all about establishing the YouTube channel and getting it all ready and building the foundation for all the future videos that come after that. So once we've done the first 10 videos, then we make a whole load of more videos, we solve more problems, and then we keep on making videos and we gradually bring in our products and talk about the product or the service that we're promoting on our YouTube videos. And then we basically keep on going until we start generating traffic and leads to our business, our online business. And the objective, or what we're trying to achieve here, is that we're trying to rank at the top of YouTube and also at the top of Google for a very specific set of buying keywords that our customers are using for buying or for searching for the products that like ours, basically. Okay, so I just want to be really clear about what sort of YouTube channel we're trying to create here. We're trying to create a YouTube channel for business. And for that, we're trying to create a channel with an engaged set of viewers, a few subscribers, and we're trying to build a number of leads that come into our business from our YouTube channel. So I don't know about you, but certainly when we're starting out, we're not trying to get millions and millions of subscribers. All we're happy to do is to get a number of leads, a few, even 10 leads, over the course of a month or whatever, will be certainly enough to impact our business. It obviously depends on what the business is. So we're not in the game of building a really huge entertainment channel. So we don't need millions and millions of subscribers and likes and comments. That's not what we're trying to achieve with our YouTube channel. Certainly not to start with anyway. So we can do it on a much smaller scale. We're just trying to bring in a few leads every month, in the tens and hundreds, or maybe even in the thousands if we get really successful. So it's not about building a huge entertainment channel at all. And each video that we create is an opportunity for our business, okay? So it gives real people, it gives real value to the people that we're serving, and the viewers become our customers and our leads, basically. And what we're doing here is that we're giving Google and YouTube what they want. So we're solving problems, we're showing how our products solve problems, and so Google will rank us right at the top of YouTube and Google. As I said, we only need a few hundred viewers and we can make this a real success. And also, this is an evergreen strategy, so when we post our videos, they're up there for years and years. Okay, so I'm making the assumption, as I said, that you've already got a product or an online service or some sort of online product that you want to promote on your YouTube channel. So the very first thing that you need to think about is your customer avatar. Who is the customer for your product? And I've done a separate video for that, which you might want to take a look at. I'll put it up in the info bar above me on the left. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to really understand what our ideal customer is and really get into a detailed breakdown of who they are, what they're like, what they do, what they what their challenges are and some of the problems that they have. And we do this so we're really clear on what our audience is for our YouTube channel. So it's really important to really get our customer avatar nailed down. Okay, so the next thing you need to think about is whether you're going to be on camera or not. And this will sort of dictate the style of your channel in actual fact. So some niches is perfectly fine to not be on camera, but other niches, you know, consultants, you know, those sort of professionals, those sort of things, you probably likely to have to be on camera. But what I suggest you do is you go onto YouTube, you look at some other similar products or services or companies in your channel, and you see what they're doing, and that will help you decide whether you need to be on camera or not. And if you are on camera, then you can certainly start with some low-cost equipment. You have to do the camera. A lot of people start out shooting YouTube with iPhones and smartphones, etc. And you can do your own editing. And the idea is that you just practice and practice, and you can do it all yourself. You can of course outsource things. You can outsource the video creation, the editing, or you can get somebody professional to shoot the video, or you can even choose somebody to take part in the videos, of course, as well if you want. But obviously, if you're trying to keep the cost down, then you're likely going to have to do it yourself. But that's just going to take a little bit of practice. But it's like anything that you learn, the first 1 or 2 times, even 5 or 6 times, you're not very good. But after a little bit of time, you get into it and you start to improve rapidly over time. If you're not going to be on camera, and there's plenty of other ways of doing it. You can do slides and music, and you can get a narrator in. You can outsource the video creation. You can even use a product such as Vidnami, and you can just basically use slides and video and audio. And you can even with Vidnami, you can supply a script, and it will just create the audio for you, create the audio for you. So I mean, you can certainly outsource all of this or some parts of it to somewhere like Fiverr.com, and you can get all of that all turned around pretty quickly and also pretty cheaply as well. Okay, so the next thing you need to think about is, what is the name of your channel going to be? So, you need to convey, what your channel is trying to achieve. If you've already got a product, or you've already got a name of your company or whatever, then you probably want to use that as well. And you want to think about how you're going to present your channel. So are you going to present it as a product? Are you going to present it as a company? Or is it a product range or a brand? So for example, I'm going to use the example of a kitchen and a bathroom company here. Typically, you probably want to start with the whole kitchen, bathroom name of the company, but equally you could start out with a channel just for the kitchens or just for the bathrooms, or you could even do it by a product or a brand or a range or something like that. But what I would urge you to do initially is to keep it really simple. And the other thing to say that I think is really quite important is you want to try and plan ahead as far as you possibly can. So think ahead sort of 18 months, where is this going to go? Where if this all takes off and it all goes really well, what is the name of the channel going to look like? Is that name going to still work in 18 months if I'm doing really well with the channel? So it's worth thinking about that in quite as far ahead as you can possibly think about it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the videos that we're going to create for our YouTube channel. So what we need to be doing here is we're now going to think about what the typical problems are for our customers, and we need to list all of those problems out, and we need to think about what those problems are, and then we think about how we can solve the problems and how our product can also solve the problems as well. And I've got some examples here that can help you. So we need to think about how people would search on Google or YouTube to find answers to their problems and solutions to their problems, essentially. So in the example here of the kitchen company, this kitchen company in the example, they supply the kitchens and they do the design and they do the installation. So these are some of the typical questions or the challenges that people want to understand when they're planning a new kitchen. So these are some of the typical search phrases, the search terms, etc., that they might use when they're looking to get a new kitchen. So the first one I've got here is how to design a kitchen, and then there's other variations of that, is how to design a kitchen for a small space, how to design a kitchen for a small apartment, how to design a kitchen for entertaining friends. And then we move into other areas such as, what are the different materials, what doors do we need, what cupboards, what work surfaces. So, these sort of things. So I'm sure you could think up some search phrases for kitchens, for, what are kitchen door materials or kitchen cupboard materials, etc. And then when we're thinking about kitchens, we're also looking at other things such as how do we keep the price down, what appliances do we use, what are the latest trends in kitchen appliances, what colours are available, what traps and things do you need to remember basically when you're planning out a kitchen. So I think if you were the kitchen company, I think you could probably come up with probably 20 or 30 phrases or problems or variations on a theme here of title. Basically what you're trying to do is trying to get titles of videos, and I think you could quite easily, for this sort of example, create list out a set of video titles quite easily in this example. So I suggest what you do is you do exactly the same, but you do it for your own product or service. We need to understand what our searched for were the buying phrases and keywords that our customers would be searching in YouTube and Google. And how do we know whether the search words are buying words? And very, very simply, that if you type in the phrase into Google, then typically you'll see a whole load of ads straight below as your search results, basically. So some typical phrases might be like how to design a kitchen, how to design a kitchen layout, how to design a kitchen for an apartment, how to design a kitchen for a small space, etc. And there's a really useful little tool here called Keywords Everywhere. It's really cheap. I think it's $10, and you get something like 100,000 searches for that. And you'll see, it's a Chrome plugin, so you need to go to Google Chrome and get that plugin. It's a really great little tool, and it really helps you to do your keyword research on there. And the other way to also do keyword research is to use Google itself. So once you've done all your keyword research, you've listed out all your titles, you should be getting honed down now. What you're trying to do is create a list of about 10 to 20 videos, and you're starting with the video titles. They're solving key problems, you're matching it with your search for keywords, and then what I suggest you do is you create a summary video script for each one of those titles. And what you're trying to do is you write out a simple intro, what is the video going to be about. Every video needs an intro, middle and an end, so the middle part is going to be you state what the problem is, and then the rest of the meat of the video is how you can solve that problem. And then right at the end, of course, you just need a summary video, a summary at the end of the video is thanking the viewer, etc., and information on where to get in touch and subscribing and all that sort of thing. So we're now ready to shoot our videos. So just a really quick summary of what we've covered in this video. So as I said, the very first thing you need to be thinking about is what is your customer avatar for your channel. So that's a really important place to start. Who is the audience for your videos? Then you need to think about what the channel is about and the channel name. Then you need to think about what your video style is. What are you going to be on camera, or are you going to outsource that, or are you going to be slides and audio instead? Then you need to think about, you need to get into the videos, and you need to start to be thinking about what your typical customer problems are. And then you need to be matching your product to the customer problems. You need to be doing your Google research, identifying or using Keywords Everywhere, etc., to identify your buying intent keywords. And then by the end of it, you should have a list of video titles, about 15 to 20 videos. And then you break down those videos into some very high-level scripts, basically. And then you're ready to start shooting your videos. So I'm going to cover that in the next video. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and leave comments below. I'd love to hear on how you're getting on setting up your YouTube channels. And if you're interested, I've got a how to get free traffic on YouTube and Google. It's a free 10-part course where I send you an email every day running you through the steps on how to maximize your free traffic on YouTube and Google. So if you're interested in that, take a look at that. It's at the onlinegrowthladder.com/traffic, and if you want to find out more information, you can find us at theonlinegrowthladder.com. So the next video is part 2 on how you actually physically set up your YouTube channel, get all the videos together, etc. So I'll see you in the next video.